I'm back, chat. Okay, it's time to get into it. Holy. So, Globie, chat, is, for those who are unaware, is yet another dog shit mini corpo, VTuber mini corpo that forces all its talents to stream on YouTube, right? One of a million of these fucking things that does nothing for their talents, doesn't promote them, doesn't give them funds, actively impedes their ability to be live streamers, you know, the whole 9 yards. It's even worse though because Globie, their management is centralized in Japan. So they also have a bunch of stupid, like, social and cultural issues that impede people's ability to stream in English markets because this is the insane thing, is Japanese companies trying to run, like, European and American streaming agencies. It doesn't make any sense. The culture is completely different. They have different, like, things they care about. And you're going to see that in some of the issues that came up of the things that they punished and fired people for was insane. It's actually in any country that is not Japan, it would be considered fucking crazy. But over there, it's considered totally normal. Very normal thing to do. But okay, it all started here. It all started here with the first official statement. We regret to inform you that after careful consideration, we have made the difficult decision to part ways with Lolu, and Surimi. We would like to thank Lulu and Surimi for their time with the Globie, to appreciate your support they have received with their fans. We understand the news may be disappointing. We appreciate your understanding and continued support, Globie management. So, this came out of left field. It came out of fucking nowhere. And both of these talents were immediately terminated. No, we'll send them letters. No, final streams. Nothing. Just instantly gone. Instantly fucking gone. Can you say all those names for me 3 times fast? No. A silent Q, first I've ever heard pronunciation like that. I don't know. I don't know, man. I hate these kind of names. It's so difficult. But so this immediately piqued people's attentions, and they were like, "Wait, this is very strange. This is very strange. What is going on?" And instantly, the talents started responding. Well, first of all, the talents started responding, and it immediately got community noted. Because they went, like, straight up, this shit was apparently, like, one of the most unprofessional, insane terminations of talent from a VTuber agency ever. They locked them out of their accounts. They apparently did not communicate to them for multiple weeks. They were chasing them around, requesting to graduate because of issues that they were having with management. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, they changed the fucking locks. They changed the passwords and just fired them. Like, out of the blue. Which is crazy. Like, no communication into immediate firing. Yeah, both here you can see the talents behind the VTubers were locked out of their corporate accounts. The management informed that they are fired effective immediately due to multiple breaches of contract. And for further clarification, these are the reasons behind their termination. Which there is evidence that they breached contract first. That management breached contract first. And that a lot of the things in Globie's contract are illegal. Now, I have to be a little vague about this. But I know of another talent that worked for Globie that had this exact same thing happen to them, where they got into the company, they were fucked, they were treated like complete garbage, they got none of the support they were promised. They were straight up lied to when they signed their contract. They were given none of the support. They had multiple growth opportunities shut down and turned down by management. And they were so disillusioned because their money was being taken. They were making nothing. They had tanked their career because their viewership had tanked because they were forced to stream on fucking YouTube. And eventually it led to them just straight up quitting streaming. Entirely. This is a pattern for this agency. They are completely incompetent. This is not the first time this has happened. It just hasn't been very public. Now, yeah, but you can see right here, Seeley immediately responds and says, I asked to graduate after the disrespect you showed me continually and ran after you for days while being ignored, and I'm suddenly gone without any conversation or time or reason. Good job of breaching your own contract. Yup. Yep, and this is why you don't sign with these fucking companies, chat. This is why you don't sign with these fucking companies, because this shit happens. Why did you do this, Arthur? You know you can't just go on break like this. This will happen every time. I know. I shouldn't have left. Globie threatened to terminate Lilu if she didn't sign an apology saying she didn't have mob links based on her lore. She said, I'm not doing that. That's stupid. Mimi defended her. Both were fired. 1 year non-compete in their contracts, which is incredibly illegal and unenforceable. Yeah, which, I'll be real with you, chat. I'll be real with you. They should just ignore it. These companies are not going to go after them. They're not going to go after them legally. They're in Japan. It is a huge cost and burden to them. Just fucking which I think they are. I think they are actively ignoring these non-competes and have just gone back to their indie accounts or just actively streaming. Because they're not going to do anything. They will not do anything. They will try to scare them at most. They will send threatening letters, but nothing will happen. Deal is active at a moment. Good. Yeah, because they should ignore these fucking clauses. It's illegal. It's straight up illegal. You cannot tell someone you cannot stream for a year. Like, it's not legal. Also, I believe a lot of them these are European talents too. These are not even American talents. These are European talents, and the job rate protection is even better over there. So how dare they not be able to ruin people's lives and make them not be able to work, right? Like, how dare they? How fucking dare they? But yeah, so some more information on this. So Globie really thought she had fucking mob links. So this is a letter that was sent to one of the talents about their stream. They demanded that she sign. I hereby state that I understand and regret the great inconvenience I have caused your company through my actions. I have hereby pledged the following. I realize that I have behaved disrespectfully towards your company, and I promise never to do anything similar in the future. I have never had any ties to antisocial forces. I have promised not to have any in the future. I consent to your company immediately terminating the contract if I seize cause and similarly trouble in the future. I shall not disclose any information regarding this contract or the matter to anyone, including close relatives and friends. Furthermore, I shall not leak any information regarding the contract on this matter, including the contents of the agreement to the internet, YouTube, Twitter, or any other SNS or any other media. This is straight up an unenforceable, like this is crazy. This right here, antisocial forces, what they meant by that is, like, mob ties. Like, because in her lore, she's, like, she's related to, like, the criminal element, which is a normal thing that even HoloLive has! Even in fucking HoloLive, there are multiple criminal VTubers! There was an entire generation of thieves! Like, this is nuts! Like, it's actually fucking insane! These, we laughed out of court in the EU. Yeah. This is, like, cultish, too. Yeah, it's creepy. Right? It's creepy. Yeah, okay, this is the same post. Yeah, that she showed this on stream, that this is what they wanted her to sign. And this is what she said, I'm not signing that. I'm not. That's crazy. And you're not getting me to sign another legal contract on top. No. I don't know whether you consider it fun a VTuber now to think it'd be fun. One Jin literally broke out of jail. Yeah. Who do you think Hiro Coco loved with all of her heart? Yeah, like... It's just insane. So, they got a thrashing on social media from this, right? They got absolutely fucking raked over the coals. Both the talents went on stream and talked about the situation and talked about how, like, they're on their own indie accounts and talked about how crazy this whole situation is. Actually, a couple more points before we get to the defense. I forgot that we have a couple more things that happened of some of the fallout from this. Some more of the fallout. So, first of all, this is not fallout, but this is, this right here happened last week. So this is one of the talents, and one of the reasons that she ended up wanting to graduate and saying, fuck this, I'm out, was, which, by the way, apparently, I have heard that this is very standard practice for Globie, of them, for no apparent reason, disallowing talent from doing the things that VTubers do. Dear Lee Loons, after internal discussions, singing and voice acting will forever be gone from my channel. Memberships will be adjusted accordingly. I apologize for this, and thank you all for waiting so long for a decision. I don't know why, but they disallowed her from doing some of the most basic things that VTubers do. Why would anyone ever want to be with agency, be with an agency after all these stories? People are dumb. People are dumb, and they genuinely believe, like, it won't affect me. It won't affect me. I'll be fine. I can do it. And then, wow, you can't do it either, because no one can. Because it's bullshit. Can't wait for Arthur to join a corpo and get told he can't talk about microphones. Turtle production probably very selective discussions. Yeah. It's a punishment, obviously. Yeah. Some kind of weird, bizarre punishment. None of VTuber, I love to sing and stream. So that's the thing that's crazy about this quote-unquote punishment, right? Is that this punishment is damaging to their ability to grow and make the corporation money. So whoever's in management of this company is completely and utterly incompetent. This is, I was saying before Doggy popped in, I was saying, this is insane. Like, punishing your talents by telling them you can never stream certain kinds of content again is bonkers, because as a company, you're trying to maximize profit. You are emboldened to the shareholders, and you are trying to make as much money as possible. So doing a punishment to a talent that involves damaging their ability to make money for you is actually deranged. It makes no sense. It's fucking crazy. It just kept going. It's also flat out impossible to enforce too. Yeah, exactly. But it kept going. So the fallout was massive. Clippers who have been paid by Globie to do clips for them flat out said, we're never working with you again. Artists, riggers, people all over the place were saying, we're never working with you again. This is it. You are blackballed in this industry. Didn't Kesha have similar issues with not being allowed to do things too? Yes, yeah. Under the music industry contract, yes. And then it got even worse for Globie because their own former talents started confirming things about the internal workings, and oh boy, Chad.
You guys, but my memory's so bad I can't remember. I bet Globie and Brave Group bought their talents. They do! They literally do. Brave Group and Globie bought their views. They do. They bought their
botted fucking corpos. Literally no demand. This is what I've been saying for fucking years. Nobody watches these fucking mini corpos. Do not sign a legal contract with these mini corpos. No one watches them. They do not promote you. They do not make you money. They do not find you new viewers. They are nothing. No one cares. Why would anyone watch anything in the corposphere that isn't HoloLive? Why? Who gives a fuck? Why would they ever want to watch mini HoloLive? Fucking great value HoloLive. HoloLive off the Sam's Club shelf. They're just gonna watch one of the 60 fucking HoloLive talents. You fucking idiot! Why? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Why do people keep joining these fucking companies? They keep closing. Every single week another one closes. I want to welcome my new AI viewers. Yeah, HoloLive off Temu. It's crazy. Like, there's some companies that offer something different than HoloLive, right? Like FaZe. But the majority of these companies are just trying to gape HoloLive, gape Niji Sanji, and that shit already exists. It already exists and nobody wants more.
Their views and their talent. They do. I can't speak for other corpos, but I know specifically for Globie, they do. And I've just heard Brave, you guys.
Yeah, shocking. I never would have guessed it. I never would have guessed it, chat. Holy. Like, so now all of this happens. All this comes out. Their reputation is now in the mud. It is in the dirt. They are getting community noted to hell and back. And what does Globie say in response? What is Globie's genius management's plan to get out of this one? Oh, another shitty fucking white text, white background, black text statement. That's what. Official statement from Globie. We sincerely apologize to our fans for the concern caused by the termination of our contract with our talents. The decision was made by Globie management after careful consideration based on repeated misconduct and breaches of contract. This is literally nothing. There's no more information here. Like, we would also like to clarify that this matter is entirely unrelated to any other VTuber groups or individuals outside of Globie. See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean right here. They have no idea what the fuck they're doing. Like, what?
What's that last part even mean?
That part. So people were like referencing Niji Sanji and being like, "Wow, this is just like Niji Sanji and how shitty it is." They're so brain broken. They're so brain broken and goo brained that is what they think the concern is. They think the concern is that people are referring to other agencies, not that their reputation is currently going into the mud.
I think the best thing they could have done is to not make a statement. But they have like this thing where we gotta make a statement, bro. It's important. But like the best thing they could have done is to not make a statement at all. Just ignore that this is happening and just stay the course.
Yeah, it was the only thing they could have potentially done. Yeah. We kindly ask for your cooperation in refraining from making inquiries to these groups regarding this matter. See, this is the thing. This is like, you know what this reminds me of? Do you ever remember the GDQ, the Games Done Quick, where the guy was playing Jack? Right, the famous Jack run.
Yes, is that where the random guy just comes up and then just like sits on the couch and just like, hey, bro, let me ask you all these questions. Is that the one? No.
You're thinking of the Chibi incident. That was a different incident.
Yes.
So the Jack incident was this. They had a runner
the other
who was a
incident
known
that
memer.
I remember. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the other incident I remember is the butt clench thing.
Oh,
is that the same one?
No, that was a different incident too. The butt sniff, which wasn't. We analyzed and it didn't end up being a butt sniff, but no. So this incident was a runner who was a known memer, and his couch was all goofballs. He was running Jack 1, and during it they were just making a bunch of jokes, and the management at GDQ were getting pissed off about it because they were goofing around and joking, and it was very lighthearted, nothing major, not bad jokes, but they were just being like, I don't know. GDQ is very sanitized. They're very sanitized.
Yeah, this is when you want to actually like you hire a bunch of people, right, to appeal to a target audience. Then they appeal to the target audience, and then your actual like leadership is like some fucking turbo boomers that are so out of sync with the fucking target audience that when they see that content, it just gives them such a culture shock, right? That they can't understand.
It's kind of like that, yeah, but even more like just tight-assed. And so what happened was during the run, they kept making Owen Wilson jokes, and the GDQ management told them to stop doing that. And then at one point, they made a joke about Canada Air. They made a joke about Canada Air, the airline, and they're like, everybody at Canada Air and tell them they suck. Like, you know, it's just a bit, right? And then GDQ freaked the fuck out about this.
Like, oh my god, what if Canada Air fights us in the street? And then challenges behind Benny's, we're all gonna die. It's over.
Unironically, yes, they freaked out. They got on the GDQ Twitter and tweeted at Canada Air and said, we're so sorry for what's happened. And Canada Air responded like, what are you talking about? They literally responded, were like, what are you it was the most embarrassing
Canada
thing
Air sucks if they get like fucking 50 to 100 people telling them they suck. They're an airline. They get that every day. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand.
So, yeah, they're like, look, we have no idea what you're even talking about. Like, literally, the Twitter account guy was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And then
also
that
Canadian,
guy,
so like, you know.
Yeah, so they don't matter. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But so that guy got straight up banned. They banned him from GDQ. And then they unbanned him, but they didn't really unban him. They did this snaky, slimy, like,
hey, bro, okay? No.
I'm gonna call you the S word.
No!
No, all the fence Nagi. But so they did this thing where they unbanned him, but they reject every single one of his runs. They like he applies and they reject. Reply, reject. Doesn't matter what it is, they will reject all his runs for the remainder of time.
This. What the fuck is that? It's like, oh my god, you have to be as corporate friendly as possible. Say anything bad about a product or a corporation, get banned. Like, that's so fucking out of the loop of how people think about this.
It's because GDQ kind of sucks now. It's really is just a money making. It's there to make money. Like it does, benefit charity at the end of the day.
GDQ hasn't been good in years.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
I mean, I do agree with like some of the stuff because I know that's so speedrunning is brain cancer in my mind, right? But for the people that care about speedrunning, a lot of them have been pissed off because they make the speedrun categories in a way that they're better spectator sports now.
Yeah.
Which is like, I think that's good because if they don't do that, then they make them for the biggest autism-brained people that have ever existed that don't care to waste half of their life to get like one possible run even that then gets destroyed 20 hours in by a random roll that had a 1 in 20 chance.
You do have to like make it like applicable to the normies, which makes sense, but but yeah, so this is very similar, though. It's a very similar vibe of like, we don't know what the fuck we're doing. We don't know what the actual issue is here. And this is the thing we're going to be mentioning and talking about because this is the concern. We're worried about what Niji Sanji will think. Who gives a fuck what Niji Sanji thinks, dude? Like, what the fuck? Like,
I think they actually are just like saying we're not like the Niji Sanji, right? But like, dude, just say we're not like Niji Sanji then. Like, I don't know how the fucking law works in Japan, but it's like mentioning other people always a danger already. Like, this is pretty crazy to me.
Yeah, it's just, ugh. Fuck the normies, let's watch a Rana reset 567 times in an hour. Hell yeah, brother, get going. But so they once again community noted. They once again community noted them on this, and were like, "This is bullshit." They failed to respond to their talents. They fired them out of nowhere. Yeah, and then people in the comments, of course, are going completely silent for more than 20 hours, and then this is the only statement are able to come up with is embarrassing, regardless of who is in the right and who's in the wrong. This is people saying this is only going to make it worse. Good job traumatizing your talents. Yeah, it's bad. It's
Dude, I don't fucking get this shit. Like, this entire thing is... So you make, like, a VTuber company, right?
Yeah.
And then you sign people on that make you money for very little investment on your own because you know they're not spending the big bucks on models.
No.
You know they don't spend as much as
I actually
what
know
we
that
spend.
they don't. I actually know that they cheap out and make the talents pay more. I've heard from back channels. Globie is one of those agencies.
So... At that point, just lean back, right? Like, just be like a passive parasite, right? Why do you need to do all this shit? Why do you need to, like, go in and direct that stuff? In case they're not, like... I mean, if they were, like, super out of line, I would understand.
I think that,
this is happening.
If you're just trying to, like literally just siphon fucking 50% off these people, you should let them do whatever they want at that point.
See, that the strategy here is just like siphon money and like now and then come up to them and be like, hey, you need anything? And when they need anything that costs too much money, you just ignore them.
Yeah.
That's like the evil capitalist strategy. And I'm like, why couldn't they do that? Instead, it's always like, no, we must like meddle into the get into the micromanagement thing there. No, if they use the wrong action verb.
Some stupid fuck
they cannot
corpo
stream this
salary man
game
in
that
Japan.
everybody else is streaming, right? Like, because we need to like call their headquarters and tell them that shit.
It's ridiculous.
I don't get it, man. Like, it's weird.
Also, Kit, the talents still pay for the art and stuff? Do they literally no reason to join one? Yeah, so a lot of these mini corpos will basically bake into their contracts. They trick
Dude, even
unsuspecting...
Niji Sanji did that.
Yeah.
They were like, that's like common.
They tricked unsuspecting, dumb kids who have never signed a legal contract in their lives into signing these contracts where they end up being on the hook for the cost of all their assets. They have to reimburse the assets, which, by the way, they don't own. That's the craziest thing, is that they pay for these assets and they don't own them. They don't get to keep them after the fact. They have nothing.
Here, you can't, because you don't own the actual like likeness of the character, right?
Yeah.
Like that's how they get you. It's the same when you kind of like. This is always so. Here's like a piece of advice for anybody that wants to be a VTuber: don't.